I had a great time talking to your producer today. He's hilarious.
That guy?
Definitely a surfer, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
how often does that guy surf?
Never. He surfs
Shut
as
up.
much as No Redemption Outdoors.
He surfs as much as No Redemption Outdoors.
He surfs as much as No Redemption Outdoors.
Dude, surfing is my life. Surfing is my priority. If I didn't have surfing, I don't know what I'd do. Well, I first learned to surf as a kid. I used to go up north every year with my grandparents. They had a place up on the St. Mary's River in Sault Ste. Marie. Well, my buddy Jimmy and I, we were both fat kids, so we would take turns jumping off the dock into the river. And the wave that it would create, we could ride our surfboards all the way to the shore. Well, that's how we learned to surf. Wonder whatever happened to him.
Why does it bother you what Rick said?
Why does it bother me what Rick said? Why does he just assume that because I live in Michigan, I can't surf? I've been listening my whole life to people disrespect Great Lakes surfing. But I want to tell you something. Until you've pipelined Lake Superior, don't tell me about surfing. I got to tell you, bro, Lake St. Clair is underrated. The waves out there are so tasty, and nobody's out there because nobody knows about it. You haven't lived until you surfed the pocket of an A-frame up in Tawas on Lake Huron. I remember this one time I did a cutback on Lake Michigan that was legendary. Lake Erie? I'm not a big fan. Mostly because we share it with Ohio. Surfing is my life, dude. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't really think I was going to let that go by without some kind of an answer, do you? I mean, Rick and Steve talking smack about NRO surfing skills on their podcast. No, we had to respond. And there you have it. There you see it. I'm an expert surfer. Who should challenge my skills? Oh, Rick, Steve, how you guys doing? Thanks for talking about me on your podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Redemption Outdoors. Thank you for joining me here today in the cave. And speaking of monster bass, we're going to be taking a look inside this bag shortly. This is the August 2021 edition of the Regional Pro Series. So in 1 second, we're going to take a look at it, but it's been a little while since the last time we took a look inside a monster bass bag. I think it's been since May. Frankly, it's been since May or June since we did any box openings. And quite honestly, that's just been a function of time, ladies and gentlemen. I have had one of the busiest summers, I think, of my life. And then now, as if that isn't enough, we are going to be moving to a new home. We are going to be picking up and moving everything. Everything you see and more is going to get moved over the next few weeks. However, that being said, we will keep doing the 3-minute grab bag giveaways right on schedule each and every Saturday morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put a link up above. For those of you who are not familiar, make sure you get over there because each Saturday we have 2 winners. It's really easy to win, so you don't want to miss out on that, ladies and gentlemen. Lately, we've had some really cool prizes. We had some sponsored prizes, custom baits, beautiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the kind of thing that's going on over at the 3-minute grab bag giveaway. As a matter of fact, look right here. This is this week's featured baits, so these are going to be given away this Saturday. Could be you. Could be you who wins. So, but all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll stick around till the end of the video, I'm going to give a number of channel updates because I don't want to bore you with it right now. I know some of you guys want to know what's in this bag. So for those who are new to my box openings, I'm going to take this one moment to kind of quickly tell you how this flows. We go through and I have my notes and we look at each bait in detail, and then we will transition into our value analysis segment. That is where I go out onto the internet, I check all the major online retailers to validate pricing, what these can be bought for in the real world, and then I compare that against what they put on the in the insert, what's in the bag insert. I have to tell you, Monster Bass is pretty good about quoting accurate prices. So that value analysis, though, and in the end, reveals to us what the theoretical added value of the bag is versus if you bought each of the baits individually. And then finally, I'll roll into a bit of commentary, maybe a little editorial about the bag itself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of how it works. I don't usually explain that, but since it's been a while and I got a lot of new subscribers, that's the flow. Right now, we're going to get into this bag. It comes in its padded envelope, and as I've already mentioned, this is in fact a reusable zippered pouch. And I've come to really appreciate these very, very much. I like these bags a lot. It's so much better than those throwaway boxes. Don't you think? Right on top, we've got the various inserts. So we have, first of all, we have a free bait coupon, net ocho. I want to get that. All right. And then we have our golden ticket, and there's my number that you guys could probably steal from me. Don't worry, it won't get drawn. But if you go to the podcast every week, the one that you kind of saw a clip of the podcast in the intro to this video, but if you go there, they draw winners, several, each week. So you want to check that out. Here's the Monster Bass sticker, and I'm a big fan of stickers. As you guys know, I'm a big player in the sticker game. And then, of course, the aforementioned what's in the bag insert. And again, I talked about this pricing. That's part of what we validate in our value analysis. But as you can see, it just basically lists everything that's in there, as well as gives you some additional information. All right, so as I mentioned, I have my notes, so I'm just going to kind of follow along in order. And the first thing up is the T-Mark Topwater Blower TB15. As the name implies, this is a topwater bait. Let's go ahead and get it out of there. I can tell you that this is a apparently quite popular on the tour right now. This is a bait that casts a mile. You can throw this thing a long way, and the shape of it promotes a very pronounced walking action. By the way, the color on this is JP Gill. This is a 4.5 inch, 5/8 ounce topwater. Now this does, because of the cupping in front and so forth, this does put up quite a bit of water turbulence. But the main thing with this bait, I think, is that real pronounced walking action. Okay? That's the T-Mark Topwater Blower TB15, retailing for $7.99. All right, next item is Bait Lab, the Rocket Shad. Now this is natural perch color. This 4 inches 3/4 ounces. And this is a hybrid bait, so let's see if I can get that out of here. This is a hybrid bait, so this is a kind of a mix between a crank and a jerk bait. And I would imagine you can fish it pretty much the way you would either one of those. It's a floating bait. It does dive 2 to 5 feet as you work it back to the shore, to the boat. And it has a very tight wiggling action, tight wobble, okay? I apologize, I cannot tell you what kind of hooks these are, but they do seem to be quite sharp. So that's the Bait Lab Rocket Shad. That is going for $9.95. All right, next item is the Strike King. This is a workhorse bait, ladies and gentlemen. The Strike King Pro Model Series 4. This happens to be chartreuse powder blue back. I'll go ahead and open it up. This dives 5 to 8 feet, and as I mentioned, this is a bit of a workhorse bait. This is one that everybody should have in their tackle box. And it has knockers. It's a medium body crank. It's really pretty, and the paint job on this is chip resistant. It's not clear to me whether these are VMC or trocar hooks. I do not know, and I could not find the information. However, they are quite sharp. That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Strike King Pro Model Series 4. Now, I will tell you the Series 5 is probably my favorite, but that's the Series 4 going for $5.49. Next item, Steel Shad. Now, I could not get a lot of information on this, but I will tell you what I was able to find. This is built on a 4/0 hook. I do not know what kind. The color on this is yellow-green. It's a 1/2 ounce. Oh my, I should have already had that open. There we go. All right, I'm going to give you a look at it. It's got double will blades. All right. Got ball bearing swivels. Seems to be a fairly standard spinnerbait. Okay. All right, so that's the Steel Shad spinnerbait, $6.99. All right, next item, and I'm going to flip the page here. We have 13 Fishing, the BFS Blunt Force Finesse. This is a 10-pack. Color on this is black and tan. Go ahead and open it up. This is these are 6.5 inches. Give you a look at it here. All right. I mean, there's a lot of ribbing on here. Looks to me like there are some hook slots there, perhaps where you're supposed to put your hook. I have not used these. I have no idea. I haven't even been able to get an opinion on it from anyone. So I can tell you this much. They are infused with donkey sauce. They float. You do that very carefully, by the way, when you smell soft plastics. Word to the wise. They float. Everything's USA sourced. And you can use it on all the rigs. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the 13 Fishing BFF Blunt Force Finesse Worms 10-pack, going for $5.99. Next item, Xzone 3.5-inch Adrenaline Blue Juniors. I'm sorry. The Adrenaline Bug Junior. Can't read my own writing. I'll give you a look at it here. Again, pretty standard fare, little creature bait, bug bait, whatever you want to call it. Use it on all the rigs. I mean, there's not much to be said, but it's, you know, this Xzone stuff I happen to like. I think it's, you know, it's got the right amount of durability, but with the right amount of softness. I happen to be a fan. So there you have it, the Xzone 3.5-inch Adrenaline Bug Junior. Color on that, by the way, was black blue flake, and it's an 8-pack. Next is the Monster Bass 3/8 ounce tungsten. Now, I saw Rick talking about this. He's toying with the idea of sending the tungsten along with peg weights, and in fact, that's what he did here. And I have to tell you, I am a big fan of this concept. So the idea here, he's included one tungsten weight, and by the way, the value on that is $2. Okay, I'm sorry, $2.69. $2.69. Tungsten is not cheap. By the way, for those who aren't aware of the value of, or the benefit of tungsten, is it's such a dense, heavy metal that you can get the same amount of weight that you do out of lead, but in much smaller package. It's more environmentally friendly, and perhaps best of all is the sensitivity it transmits through your line so that you can feel the bottom and so forth. It's much greater than with lead. So that's one of the great benefits of tungsten. But moreover, I love this concept that, and he also provided the pegs. So there are our peg stops. Those are $2, by the way. So you put these together with these, and last but not least in the bag, these must-add hooks, and perhaps maybe the bugs or even the worms, and you do a Texas rig or whatever, and you got all that you need to do it. I love the concept. By the way, these must-add hooks, 3/0. I love red hooks. I talk about it all the time. And these are going for $2.99 for a 4-pack. All right. So that's everything in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you, we will now move over to our value analysis. And like always, I'll bring you along with me. I've got it right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items in the bag, plus the bag itself. The total value of those items is $49.08, and that's the values I was able to validate online. The cost of the box was $35.99. So the theoretical added value there is $13.09. If you had to go out and buy each of these baits individually, it would cost you an additional $13.09. That means that the return on your investment of $35.99 is 36.4%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would tell you 36.4% is not their best. It's not their best, not their worst. 40% or above, I think, for a bag like Monster Bass or those in that genre, that general level, 40% is probably the mark. But you have to understand that that is such a myopic view of things. And so I always caution you, don't get stuck on the numbers. But otherwise, I think everything in this bag is very usable for me, right time of year. I like all these things. They may not be, eye-dazzling return on investment, but it's decent. It's acceptable, right? And if I can go out and catch fish, then I'm a happy camper. So I'd be curious to know what you guys think here. Are you pleased with what's here? Will you use it? I know depending where you are in the country, you may have gotten some different items, so I'd be curious what you got in your area and overall what you think. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That is the August 2021 Monster Bass Regional Pro Series for the Great Lakes. And I appreciate you watching. Now, real quick, as promised, I have a couple channel updates. First and foremost, as I mentioned, we are moving. And thankfully, we have the good fortune that we can spread that move over several weeks. And that does help the whole process. So that's what's going to be occurring. We will be completing that hopefully by the end of October. Now, during that time, I will continue to produce videos, but it's very unlikely I'll be able to produce at the 3 or 4 a week that I used to do before the summer started. And that's where I want to end back up. So I think by the time we get settled in over there, we'll be able to resume our more, aggressive posting schedule. But also, this house has a few really cool things that I think will be very conducive to making some great content for the channel. There's a gazebo that's really awesome, and there's some other things. So I really look forward to this change, but over the next few weeks, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, let's just say. Now, that being said, I am kind of looking towards some new videos that I'm going to start adding to the channel. One of them being subscriber appreciation. I've been kind of working up to doing one of these for some time, and because I have, I think, the best subscribers on YouTube. You guys have been fantastic, and there's just no way for me to say thank you enough. But I do think that upon occasion, we can have a video dedicated to you. And so I'm putting the call out there, guys. Send me pictures. Send me videos. And if you want to be in on this subscriber appreciation thing, I'm going to be putting pictures and videos in. I've already got a few, and I would love to have some more. I'm also going to be reading some of my favorite comments. So, make sure you comment. And in one of these subscriber appreciation, I might read your comment. So, again, thank you so much for all of your support. And I want to try to give back in even the smallest ways. So, this is one of those ways. Now, also, I am tentatively planning to do an unclaimed prize giveaway. So you may be surprised to know that I have a few prizes from the 3-minute grab bag that haven't been claimed for one reason or another. Now I'm going to put out a call. I'll try to do a couple videos actually. Last call kind of thing to those winners to see if they maybe missed it, and we can get the word to them. But if ultimately there remain unclaimed prizes, what we're going to do is add a special drawing just for those. And so watch for some of those, last call videos coming up. And then shortly thereafter, we're going to give away some of these unclaimed prizes. And then on that note, regarding the 3-minute grab bag giveaway, as some of you know who have been following, we have been trying to build a bit of a sponsorship relationship with some smaller manufacturers, maybe custom bait manufacturers, some of you guys who have YouTube channels where you do your own custom baits, whether for sale or not for sale. These are great, prizes for the 3-minute grab bag giveaway. So I'm really trying to get the word out. Having said that, I haven't actively and aggressively pursued that for the last few weeks for, again, obvious reasons, lack of time. And I will not get a sponsor to provide a prize and then not deliver in full measure for that sponsor. So I do want to talk to any sponsors who are interested, but I think I'm going to push out a little bit the sponsorship prize videos as a function of my time. I want to make sure I give them, the proper promotion as they should get. And I don't ever want to sell short a sponsor or their generous contribution. So if you know any sponsors who would be interested, if you are a bait manufacturer or custom bait maker, whatever your case, and you think that you would like to work with the 3-minute grab bag giveaway, drop me an email at noredemptionoutdoors@gmail.com. Let's talk, because I'm going to start to build a schedule for, a few weeks out once we get settled in, because I do want to do this every week. And typically I'll do several videos to promote the item being given away. So that's kind of what I want to do. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a long video. I apologize for that. Let's wrap it up. Let's bring it on home. Thank you again for stopping by. I can't tell you how much I appreciate everything you do. And until we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, take care.
Jag är somalier, jag rappar mina rätter ej 15 000 det är bara mina fetter gäng. Jag är somali, rappar Mali.